Sagittarius, hi. So this is going to be a reading for the month of August 2024. And I'll do the reading for you and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Saggy. All right, the overall energy for the reading, the Ace of Swords. I feel like this is a collective energy running around of just action. Things are rolling, things are going. At least the energies around are definitely indicating that, a sense of everybody's getting themselves busy somehow with something. But anyways, so yeah, it's looking like you're on to something. You want to do something, say something, put an energy out there for sure. Starting off the reading, you get the Justice card crossed by the Two of Cups. You're looking for balance here. I don't know if you're looking for it. I feel like it's here. When it comes to specifically love, connection you may have with someone, I don't know. The energy of balance is definitely present somehow. In your focus, the Chariot, you're kind of in the hands of the universe. You've thrown yourself in the hands of the universe. You're like, universe, whatever, bring it on. I'm here for it. I'm going with it, whatever it is. I'm like, okay, it's pretty cool. In the recent past, the Knight of Cups, this is where you started entering this type of an energy of just kind of going with the moment. You know, going with the flow of things for sure. In your strength, the Six of Swords, uninterested in things that don't vibe with this type of an energy. So whatever is kind of showing up and you're looking at it with a sense of, I don't know about it. You're not even giving it the I don't know. You're just bypassing it. You're like, yeah, okay. You know, so it's just kind of bypassing things left and right here that just don't occupy the same energy you're in here. Pretty cool energies, man. In the immediate future, the Three of Wands, there's a little bit of waiting here for something to come through potentially. Supporting this reading, the Sun, the happiest card in the deck. I knew it. Yeah, this is a good energy. This is a good energy you're kind of falling into here. The energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of it, the Eight of Cups. Those things you may bypass. I would give it more than a minute, you know, before you decide bypassing some of those things. Because I see you bypassing quite fast. You know, something that doesn't feel in the moment, that's not good for you or whatever. You're like, yeah, okay, whatever. There's something there within those things that you're bypassing, that you might be missing. In your hopes and fears, the Ace of Cups, yeah, that's the energy that I'm seeing you in. So you're definitely vibing on a high frequency here for sure. And for the potential outcome, the Seven of Wands, there's that little nagging kind of to it too. There's that, you can't be in this 100%. You have to have a little bit of yeah, no, it's good. It's good and all. Yeah, and that's it. You know, I don't know. There's a little bit of something. We'll see. Let's clarify. Let me do the Ace of Swords. You get the Page of Wands, the Hermit, the Five of Swords. See, that's what it is. It's here. So this energy is available. You're definitely riding with this energy. There's a little tiny, little, very incy-bincy little part of you that's kind of against it all for some reason. I don't know what it is, though. I can't spot it for now. It's like 99.9% of you is definitely part of this pretty cool energy that you've got going on, this riding this type of an energy. And then there's that 0.1 that's so little, but it can turn so big if you don't pay attention to it. So I don't know, we'll keep on going and maybe it'll jump out. Let's do the Justice card, the Three of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Judgment card. Oh, so whatever it is that this energy, this ongoing kind of an energy is talking about, it has to do with something that there's a pause over it right now. So it almost looks like you have to wait before you act on whatever. But you know that. And it's not looking bothersome. You know, the fact that you have to wait. It's not looking like, oh my God, I'm losing my patience. I can't wait. And then, no, it's a done deal. Okay, you have to wait 3 months before you can do this. Oh, okay. You know, kind of looks like that a little bit. Let's do the Two of Cups. Queen of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Five of Pentacles. And it's that lately I've been noticing, again, as a collective kind of a deal, things that are important to you all, they're showing up more and more clear. Which signifies a lot of healing usually. And when those things show up very clear, okay, this is what this means to me, there's also an equal sense of fear attached to that, which that validates for me that, okay, so this is important to them. They're not lying to themselves or anything. Because, you know, when the stakes go high and when there's emotional attachment to something, there's usually fear right next to that. So when that shows up, it's almost like a confirmation. And also, I don't see you guys being affected by this fear as much. You know, it's not like it's interfering and messing with things in the way that it used to. And again, it's not just for you. This is more of a collective kind of a observation, but pretty cool. Yeah, there's something here. There's something tied up to definitely another energy, and it's talking about love. And there's self-love first, and then there's this energy between you and another, and then there's that fear, which to me, it's like, okay, everything checks out here. Let's do the Chariot. The Hangman, the Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Swords. Ooh, that's where you're lacking a little bit. Trusting a little more, you know, because you do trust the universe, you do trust, otherwise you wouldn't have gotten to this place. So for the most part, you definitely trust that everything's going to play out in the way that it needs to. You have the tendency to lose that trust. It's not sustainable. It's not being, so let's say this is the line of trust. You're going with it until the end here. And then you kind of fall off of it. It's like, oh shit, you know? So there's a disruption in the line of trust. And that's when your mind is going to start coming in, because that's what creates the disruption in the trust. The mind is going to start saying, but what if this and that and the other, and you know. Okay. So that's your nemesis. Maybe that's the energy I'm seeing here, the 0.1. You know, you falling off that line of trust. For the Six of Swords in your strength, you get the Two of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Strength card. I feel like you're trying too much to hang on to you not falling off of that line of trust. You say, no, no, I don't want to. No, I want to trust. I want to trust. And the minute you say that, it's obvious that you don't trust, you know. But there's a lot of universal interference through all of this, in the sense that I see you kind of doing your thing here, and then I see the energy of the universe right by your side in terms of assisting you. And it's not surprising to see when I see all sorts of good energies piling up, the universe is usually right by the side of that and being like, almost like cheering you on. It's not like the universe is doing the work for you. It's like, okay, you got this, you know, a little assistance wouldn't hurt. So I see that side pretty clear. of the universal interference, and then I see you losing it for a split second from time to time, you know? And it's almost looking like you're a little bit hard on yourself when you do. It's like, oh man, I had it. It's like, okay, it's okay. You can't sustain this type of an energy for too long. You would be able to with practice, of course, but it's not like, oh, okay, now that I've experienced living life like this and it feels good, let's keep it that way. Well, it's not going to be, it's not going to be that easy. Definitely easier said than done. But for the Three of Wands in the immediate future, you get the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Star. You're afraid to make the wrong choices here. I don't know what this is, that you have to wait in order to do something. But the minute that door opens up for you to do something, I see you being a little scared to potentially make the wrong choices, which I don't see anything wrong in choices. We give it the wrong or right label, but like scared that it's going to prevent you to get to where you need to go or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if the choices you're going to make when that door opens up for you to do whatever it is you want to do, I don't think those would be wrong or right choices. They're just choices. And if they kind of come in between you and your end goal there, that doesn't mean that they're wrong choices. That means that maybe they're detouring choices, where you have to go through other experiences to get to where you need to go. I don't know. So this one is a little, like, it goes a little too deep and too far into the depth of, it's a maze in there. But anyways, for the Sun in the supportive energies, you get the Knight of Swords, the Death card, the Nine of Swords. You're kind of living, in all honesty, you're starting to show up more and more in a space of duality. In all honesty, you trust but you don't trust at the same time. You go for it but you don't go for it because there's nothing to go for. There's a lot of that at play, which is very interesting because I don't think I've seen a reading like this in a very long time, if ever, playing out so much, where it didn't start off that way, but I'm like, the more I dive into it, the more it leads in that place. Yeah, it's one of those, when I used to drive a truck, we see a lot of things out on the road, and I know a lot of you that are truckers can agree. But what I love the most seeing was being in the middle of day and night, where you look up front and it's daylight, and you look in the rearview mirror and it's completely dark. And there's been a lot of instances like that. And one time I even saw the sun in front of me, the moon behind me. So it was pretty cool experiences that. And that's kind of what you're giving me here in this sense of duality, right? Where you're experiencing both at the same time. And it's pretty intense if that's the case. I'm like, I think this is deeper than what you're trying to show me here, as an experience for you. But it can be tricky too, depending on how you interpret everything. But let's do the Eight of Cups. Hello, baby boy. What's going on? He never does this. I don't even know what the hell that was. It's my goofy boy. He's the goofiest boy of them all. For the Eight of Cups in the hidden energies, you get the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Four of Swords. There's a lot going on. And there's a lot going on underneath the surface that you may not even experience yet. You may not even see yet. Why is it all playing out in this aspect of duality, though, for you? Because at the end of the day, it's almost feeling like, well, there's going to be just one, even though there's both playing at the same time. So you might not feel any of this. It's like, oh shit. Sag is not really feeling any of this. But the energies are definitely playing out in that way for you. You would experience this as healing, balance, you know, there is a subtle sense of duality that you would experience, but very little, where you wouldn't take it as so deep as it's playing out here for some reason. But okay. Let's do the Ace of Cups in your hopes and fears. The Eight of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Justice card. Yeah, the with or without you part. You know, there's definitely that sense of wanting to express how you feel in a situation, but you're not. You know, I love you, but I don't. I want to say it, but I'm not gonna, you know. Like, where do you stand in that? You know, in the two energies playing out at once, where do you stand? And I think the answer is where I stood when I saw daylight in front, nighttime in the back. I was in the middle of both, and that's where you are, and that's where we're all at, basically. But with everything you're dealing with currently for you in your current experience, whether that's a relationship or a job, or like, where do you stand? I feel like that's what's trying to be established here. Where do you stand? Either or are you in the middle with both? Interesting perspectives that this is going to open up for you when you're actually going to feel these energies playing out. Let's see the potential outcome. For the Seven of Wands, you get the World card, the Queen of Swords, the Page of Cups. There's a closing of a cycle that wants to come in, but you're not allowing it to come in. You want to keep that open, I think. But then you want to move on to... See, again, you're kind of going from that same perspective of duality. It's kind of like, well, I want this to stay open, but I know that if this stays open, I can't move on. But kind of, well, you know, in simple terms, eating the cake and wanting it to. I want this to stay open, but I want to be able to move on, even though I know I can't move on unless I close this one off. I want them both. This is a very deep-ass reading for you. And I do not think you are experiencing it at the depth that I'm seeing it here, which is great. Because if you would probably be confused as hell. But somehow it is playing out. And ultimately, I feel like it leads to, where do you truly stand? Especially when it comes to having to let something go in order to proceed towards something else. You know? Very interesting reading. I don't think you've taken me on this type of a rabbit hole before. I think this is new. From the universe, you get the Queen of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the Six of Wands. Yeah, you're still working on that, you know, whole energy of self-love, of where you actually know your worth and you know what you need and you know what you need to let go of and things like that. So you're still kind of working on that. For the most part, you're showing me great progress over that energy of self-love, but there is still a little bit of noisy kind of an energy in the way. You know, where it's not showing up as 100% clear that you are tuning in 100% in this energy of self-love, you know? So sometimes you may think you're doing it, but you're not really, I don't know. So it's not clear yet. It's self-work, basically, that you're in the middle of. And it's kind of clear with these energies popping through, but let's do Into the Lonely Woods for you. What do you want? You've been out there. So I don't understand what you want. Why do you look at me with puppy eyes? Because I'm a puppy. Good for you. Honor your holy days. Holidays. Holy days. Number 37. That's interesting. Let's see here. Acknowledging our sacred days carves out a sure pattern within our lives. Without sign or symbol, we can feel a loss of meaning or lose a sense of where we are in the world. Most often, these celebrations are observed with beloved others. But there are times when those holy days will come and we will see no one at all by our sides. So you will go alone to the sacred place, carve out the sign, and offer yourself so much love. Self-love. All this will ensure you feel valued beyond measure. The time to celebrate alongside kin and clan will come again. For now, honor the changing of the seasons, the counting of the days of light and the days of dark, and reverently observe the turning of the wheel of time. In solitude, the soul will enter into pure unity with spirit. Pretty cool. You had a pretty intense reading, I'm not gonna lie. Pretty deep. But yeah, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.